head coach Ashley Johnston. Ashley, there was a lot of emotions tonight with it being senior night, but you guys were able to pull out the win. What are your overall thoughts on tonight's performance?
You know, one of my main goals for the team tonight was to start strong, and we definitely did that. We accomplished our goal of starting strong with one of our best vault scores so far this season, continued to carry pretty high energy over to bars and had a good performance there, and then just gave away a few too many tenths on both beam and floor, and those are all things that we can correct moving forward into SECs next week. So we're excited for regular season to be over and moving into the most exciting time of the year.
Coach, I know we were talking about how it's very emotional with senior night and everything. What is the goal for the next week of practice to kind of refocus the team after such an emotional night?
Yeah. I think it's important that we let them feel that emotion this week and tonight. I mean, this is a big deal. There were 6 seniors. They've put their heart and soul into this program, and it's been just amazing having them a part of it. So I really wanted them to be able to take all that in and feel the emotion. But I do think, you know, when you take that on, you put a little bit extra pressure on yourself to be perfect. And I think we saw that out there. A lot of the seniors really wanted to finish on the best note possible. And sometimes that adds an additional layer of pressure when really they are all so prepared to just do their average, do what they do every day in the gym. And so moving forward, we're going to go back to the process and just do the little things throughout practice to make sure that we're approaching everything really calm and confidently moving into SECs.
Since we were talking about the seniors, what one quality would you want the senior class to be able to pass down to the team next year?
Passion. This group is so passionate. They're driven, they're determined, they want greatness for the upcoming girls on the team. And I think you saw that tonight. I mean, they wanted it so bad to the point where they maybe overtried in certain moments, but instead it ended up being a really great opportunity for our underclassmen to step in and step up. And you saw that tonight from Lily Hudson, from Gabby Gladio, from some of the other competitors when they were up in crucial moments. They stepped into those things and were passionate about just attacking every single thing that they did. And I thought that was a great takeaway from tonight.
Hey, Coach, so what do you think the Team 49 means to the seniors, and then what does it mean to you?
Overall, you know, it's really just been a special journey for me coming in as a new head coach and having 6 seniors and 6 freshmen. Again, they just bought in and embraced the process. And so that means the world to me. And, you know, as we huddled up at the end, everybody was emotional and excited about what we all just experienced. But at the same time, we're not done yet. We've got a lot in store. We've got SECs next week. We've got regionals around the corner, and we've got our eyes set on really coming in strong at a national championship. So there's a lot in store for Team 49 still. So I don't want to talk too much about what it means at this moment because we've got a lot still left.
Let's go to Juliet on Zoom.
Hi, Coach. Makari in her in the little senior video, she talked about how she like kind of fell out of love for gymnastics, and I know that might be kind of common. Can you just talk about that and like what do you tell these athletes when maybe they aren't feeling like gymnastics anymore because it is a grueling sport and doing it for 4 years or their whole life even? Like what do you kind of tell them to get remotivated and focused?
Yeah, gymnastics is such a tough sport because you typically start at a really young age. I mean, most of these girls started when they were 2 or 3 years old. Most of them started in an intense training environment when they were maybe 8 or 9 years old, spent 10 years doing, you know, maybe 30 hours a week of training, sometimes even more. And so these ladies have been through a full-time job before they've even arrived in college. And so through that, it's pretty often to burn out a little bit because you put so much into the sport that there's times where sometimes it becomes your identity, maybe a little bit too much. And so one of the things that I really try to emphasize is that gymnastics is not who you are. It's just what you do. And being able to separate the two and really understand who you are and what drives you and what's unique about you separate from the sport, I think is really what helps our athletes move forward and be confident about how they approach their gymnastics, but also how they approach life. And that's really what it's all about to me is equipping them for an amazing 4 years of college gymnastics, but then also equipping them for a lifetime beyond that, to be successful in the workplace, to be successful in their relationships and whatever is in store for their next phase.
So Alabama saw 5 of their 6 beam routines have a fall or a near fall. So how do you address that with SEC championships this next Saturday?
We address it by going back to the process. Our goal is to be our average. And tonight we wanted it a little bit too much, and some of those nerves got the best of us. And instead of really breathing and going back to their cues and going back to the process that helps each individual athlete perform their best, we got a little bit distracted in the pressure of wanting to be so great. And the intention wasn't bad at all. We just lost sight of the process a little bit. So really, we go back to the drills, we go back to the basics. We don't reinvent anything in how we prepare. We brush it off and just go back to trying to be our average.
And to close us out, tonight was the last meet of the season in Coleman. So can you just talk about what the fan support has meant to the team this year?
This year has been unbelievable in Coleman Coliseum. Our student athletes have celebrated it week in and week out and just raved about how amazing the fans have been, how invested they are, how amazing their energy has been. So I really just want to thank the students, the fans, the entire Tuscaloosa community for making a difference. And when it gets to that last event, we start with the YMCA, the energy builds. To feel the crowd's energy, to feel their love for Alabama gymnastics is so incredibly special, and it's something that makes our program unique and like nobody else.
Thanks, Coach.
Roll Tide.